Hey, everybody. This is Kim Danke. We are going to do the new member fast track Shibboleth lifestyle overview tonight. I am super excited to be here with you. I hope that you have had a great Mother's Day. All right. Had to turn that other sound off. Okay, so we're going to give everybody until 8:03 to get into the Zoom or get on Facebook and watch us. I want everybody to say hello. So just like Samantha did. And Samantha, she already knows the drill. She has her chat set to all panelists and attendees. So just a little bit of housekeeping. Whether you are on your phone, hey Hannah, hey Samantha, we're so glad you're here. So glad you're here. Whether you're on your phone or your computer, go ahead and click chat. Click chat. And then where it says all panelists, click there. Then choose the option for all panelists and attendees. And then everybody will be able to see what you type, not just me. So if you look in the chat and you see your name and it just says all panelists next to it, do those little directions that I just said so that everybody can see. Hey, Annette. Hey, Tracy. Glad you're here. Hey, Lisa. Awesome. Okay, while we are waiting for 2 more minutes to make sure everybody has plenty of time to get into the webinar, I would like for you to tell me if you are new or here for a refresh, where you're from, and I would love to know the person's name or how you heard about Shibboleth, if it wasn't a person's name, if it was just on Facebook or the internet. But I would love to know that bit of information. Hey, Tabitha. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Laura. Glad y'all are here tonight. Okay, Sheila is brand new from Michigan on the internet. Awesome. Welcome. Annette, refresh, Tunnel Hill, Georgia. Awesome. Glad you're here. That refresh can be so, so important. While I'm waiting on other people to chat and talk with me, I will go ahead and tell you that I am originally from Birmingham, Alabama. I currently live in Kennesaw, Georgia. So I lived in Alabama 26 years. I have lived in Georgia, 25 years, and I have lived in Georgia now for 26 years. So I have officially been here 1 year more than I was there. All right, Samantha from Texas. Hannah is new. Saranac Lake, New York. Awesome. Her good friend Tanya. Jennifer from Dalton, Georgia. Facebook. Awesome. Samantha is here for a refresh. Annette is too. Dory. Hey, Dory. Camping Bestie shared her success. That's awesome. I was wondering how you spelled Dory. I'm glad to see that now, Dory. It was great to meet you yesterday. Okay, Sandra Little, refresh from Blue Ridge, Georgia. Lisa, new from Greenville, South Carolina. So glad y'all are here with me. Hey, Mandy, refresh, Florence, South Carolina on Facebook. Welcome. Let's see, Sheila, I'm a little overwhelmed with it all. I'm so excited to start. Okay, well, I am hoping, Sheila, that we break it down for you tonight. Okay, I'm hoping that we break it down for you tonight because what I do tonight is I just tell you in a nutshell what you need to do. So here's the thing tonight and this week, you don't need to understand the why behind why everything works. That will come as you continue to learn and listen. Okay. All you need to know this week is how do I do what I need to do to get 7 to 10 pounds off in the next 7 to 10 days. Okay. Because it can happen. My friend Stephanie just joined and she did 10 pounds in 7 days. Absolutely amazing. Let's see, Tabitha, I'm new. My friend Lori referred me. She's lost 40 pounds and looking amazing. Isn't that exciting to see people go before you that you can trust and know that this works? Okay, Laura from Cedartown, awesome. And Tracy is from Villa Rica. I recognize your name from and having a refresh. Awesome. Well, I'm glad y'all are here. Okay, so what we're going to do tonight is I am going to share my screen with you. It's going to be a PowerPoint. I want you to know that you do not have to take screenshots or anything of this PowerPoint. It is already on the website for you. If you're going to do anything at all, it's notes. Take notes, okay? Because The notes that you write down are going to be written down in a way that are important to you for to remember things in the way that you need to write them down. So if you're going to do anything, take notes. If you have any questions during this evening, please ask them. Okay, I am always willing to answer any questions. So this is the Shibboleth lifestyle. This is an overview. I'm your fast track instructor, Kim Danke. I lost 50 pounds. Didn't even know I had 50 pounds to lose. I specifically wanted to lose 35 pounds and I lost 50. So how many of you ever started something and you got more than you expected from it? Me. In the Shibboleth lifestyle. So I'm excited about it. And the really great thing is, y'all listen to this. I have been maintaining that now for 19 months. Okay. That is the key to me. Many times we can get it off, but how do we keep it off? We keep it off by continuing to live the lifestyle that we've learned. So tonight, I'm just going over the basics. I am basically breaking this down into the basic things you need to know to understand what this is. This is a management system. Shibboleth is a management system. It's also an education, okay? It's really both. Eventually, you're going to need and want to understand more about why this lifestyle works, and you'll learn that. But right now, you just need to know what to do this week. So, the basics there are two modes. Two modes. You are either going to be in weight loss mode or maintenance mode. Obviously, everything that we talk about in the beginning of Fast Track is going to be weight loss mode. There's only three differences between weight loss mode and maintenance mode. One, the number of holidays that you can use in a calendar month. Two, how you eat fruit. No, that sounds funny, but we'll go over that in a minute. Three, your mindset. You might be starting this off as a diet. Many people do. And you know what? If you have that mindset right now, it's okay. Let it work to your benefit because most people are excited to start something new. But by the time you get to maintenance, you need to be having this is a lifestyle mindset, okay? Not a diet mindset. All right. There's two types of days, a perfect day or a holiday. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of information. If you are just starting and you have never journaled a day before, when you go into the journal, if you see a long list of days, I want you to ignore all of them. Ignore all of them. All we need to do is have a perfect day or a holiday. All of those other days that are listed are versions of perfect days that are just a little bit more advanced that you might want to move into after you get the basics down, okay? But in the beginning, put blinders on. All we need is a perfect day or a holiday. We don't go straight from kindergarten to college. We're going to work our way up to those things, all right? So, how many holidays can you have in a calendar month? When you are in a weight loss mode, you can use up to 6 holidays in a calendar month. Once you get to maintenance, you can use up to 12 holidays in a calendar month. It's that simple. I go ahead and I look at every single month. I ask myself 3 questions. Am I going out of town? Because typically I want to have holidays when I'm out of town and I want to prepare for them, especially if they're at the end of the month, okay? Then I ask myself, are there any holidays, birthdays, anniversaries that I might want to plan for? And then I'll look at, are there any work events or any other events that I might want to plan for? I mark them all on the calendar. Sometimes I have to mark things off and say, okay, this one will be easy to have a perfect day. So I narrow them down to 6. Now, can I rearrange these as the month is going on? Sure, I can, but I just know I'm pulling from another day that I have planned. All right. So just make sure that you make a plan for your holidays. Don't let them happen willy nilly because you might not have one when you need it. So you can use up to 6 holidays in a calendar month. A holiday is just a day where you aren't meeting each component of the Shibboleth shield. And that's what we're going to talk about next. So how do you have a perfect day? You follow the Shibboleth. shield. The Shibboleth shield is there to protect you. It's there to keep you safe. After two perfect days, your body gets into efficient fat burning. See, many of us haven't been in efficient fat burning in a very, very, very long time, if ever, because we've been eating like this for a long time, how we've eaten before Shibboleth. But after two perfect days, your body is going to be an EFB, baby, efficient fat burning. This means that your body is having to use stored energy for the energy that it needs, and it's going to burn it off. All right. Because what's happening during the first two perfect days is your body is getting rid of glycogen, which is sugar stores for energy, and it's getting rid of insulin, which is a fat storage hormone. And when those two things are out of your system, your body is going to access fat for energy, and it's going to burn it off your body. So there are five things, that we do each day that we're having a perfect day. We're going to drink our water. We're going to journal our foods, meaning write them down. We're going to eat in a way that controls insulin. We call this combinations. We're going to portion control our food, and we're going to time out our food and give our body a break from digesting 24/7. Okay, that's what timing is all about. We're going to go over each one of those individually. Component number one of the Shibboleth shield is to drink your water. Okay, I have water with me all the time. So at a minimum, you need to drink at least half a gallon of water every day. That would simply be 4 of these. But really, your goal is a gallon. Be shooting for that gallon. That would be 8 of these. Maybe you do one on every hour. Just think of a way to get that in. So if you look at it in ounces, it's 64 ounces up to 128 ounces. So water is extremely important. A dehydrated body will not efficiently give up fat or waste. And we need both of those things to be moving out of our body regularly. See, water will help metabolize fat and it'll be moving that out, and waste will be moving out efficiently as well. So that is a non-negotiable. Got to get our water in every single day. Component number 2 of the shield is to journal daily. Journaling is writing down what you are eating. This is very, very important. It is going to help you learn the lifestyle. It is going to help us if you need a mentor appointment and you want advice. We cannot give you any advice if we cannot see what you've been eating. The only way for us to see what you've been eating is for you to write it down. So if you bite it, you write it. If you nibble it, you scribble it. If you drink it, you ink it. And if you hog it, you log it. We write down absolutely everything that we eat. There are no idle bites on planet Shibboleth, and you are now a citizen of this new planet, planet Shibboleth. It's a fun planet. Component number 3 of the shield is to eat in a way that controls insulin. We're going to eat properly combined meals. We're going to eat in a way that controls insulin, aka the fat bus. Lisa, can you use an app to record all food? There is an app. There is the Shibboleth app. It's 99 cents. If LaCroix is 0 calorie, you can drink that, but not as your water, not as your 64 ounces of water, because there is, I forget, like the bubbly part does something. Anyway, yeah, so not as your water, but you can, if it's 0 calorie, you can drink it, but not as your 64 ounces of water, Lisa. You can use the Shibboleth app to record your food, or you could use the mobile-friendly website. What I did, Lisa, was I saved the mobile-friendly website on the home screen of my phone, so that's real quick and easy. I kind of use both the app and the mobile-friendly website. It's just which one I feel like going to that day. But yes, you're welcome. So we're going to eat in a way that controls insulin, also known as the fat bus. That's what we call insulin, the fat bus. I'll explain that in a minute. Properly combined meals keep away the fat bus. Now, this is a biggie, okay? Look, you're probably thinking, okay, cool, I can get water in. And then you're thinking, okay, cool, I can write down what I eat. And then this one right here, you're like, wait, what am I supposed to eat to combine insulin? I don't get it. It's not that hard. It's not that hard, I promise you. And we're going to go over the nutshell version tonight, but 1 full hour tomorrow night. All right. 1 full hour. So I want you to make sure that you register for that tomorrow night too. It's very important. Component number 4 of the shield is portions. And my friend Connie gave me this cute little plate yesterday. Portion control. She gave everybody in Kennesaw one yesterday. That was really cute. So we're going to eat properly portioned meals from a 6 to 8 inch plate using the 2-hand rule. But I do want to say, no matter what size plate you have, just use the 2-hand rule. But the plate will help you not put too much on the plate. But we're going to do this. We're going to use our 2 hands as our measuring tools. We're going to put our fingers as close together as possible. We're going to move our thumbs completely out of the way. We're going to put our hands together as close as possible. We're then going to lower our hands down over our food. If we cannot see our food, then we're good to go. We've portion controlled. Do you know what I love about that? I have not had to count any calories on Shibboleth. Amen. I didn't want to do that. I have not had to weigh or measure anything. Amen. I didn't want to do that either. I put a properly combined meal on my plate with no more than what is underneath my hands. All right. This, if you're taking notes, please write this down. There are 3,500 calories in 1 pound of fat. In order to lose 1 pound of fat, we have got to be in a calorie deficit of 3,500 calories. That does not happen in one day. That happens over a course of days. So in order to lose weight, lose fat, burn fat, over a course of days, we want to be in a calorie deficit. Now, we supercharge this. We supercharge the calorie deficit with the insulin control. Can you drink essentials, light, start, carnation drinks for meals? Now, Laura, let me wait to the end to answer that. But because I don't drink or use that particular item, I don't have all of the things memorized. But what we can do in the end, Laura, is we can look that up for you and I'll show you where to find that. I'll show you how to use your food library to find that. Okay. So we're going to portion. And you know what? Most people, when they decide that they need to lose some weight, they automatically think they need to eat less. So this is not new information, okay? But you have often wondered, how do I measure how much I eat? What is reasonable? And our stomachs are not any bigger than this. So it's not reasonable to put more food in our stomach than the size of the stomach. That's not reasonable. But eating reasonable with your what fits underneath your 2 hands, then you're good to go. You're good to go. Component number 5 of the shield is timing. Okay. So you can do up to 3 meals a day, basically breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you are not a breakfast eater, don't worry about that, but you can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We like for you to have those 4 to 6 hours apart. 4 to 6 hours apart is going to give your body a break from digesting. There's a lot of, so what we're doing, this isn't all about just losing weight. This is about helping our body heal. And there's a lot of digestive issues out there. And part of that is that we are constantly digesting. Think about the digestive system as a machine. If a machine is never given a break, that machine is eventually going to break down. And so there's a lot of digestive systems that are broken out there. And so we need to give our body a break from digesting. Also, we need to we have to have some time in between the meals in order for our body to start that digestive process before piling in new food. See, a digestive process takes about 36 hours. We hadn't even finished breakfast and let it get digested in when we're putting in lunch, so we're going to give ourselves a break between meals. So 4 to 6 hours apart. In moments of mental weakness, we do call it mental weakness because we could make it from breakfast to lunch and lunch to dinner and dinner to bedtime, but we're just not used to doing that. All right. So we're gonna get used to doing that. But in moments of mental weakness, and I know in the beginning, many people use these things. Okay. And it's okay. You can utilize things called a freebies, an extra, and a snack. Keep in mind, though, that we are trying to stop grazing. This animal right here, the cow, it grazes, okay? It grazes. It was designed to graze. It has one stomach with 4 chambers. Those chambers and everything that it makes is designed to break down eating and grazing all the time. Our stomach is 1. No chambers, just the 1. We aren't designed to graze, okay? So we are trying to stop grazing. So let's go over this. And before I go over some examples of this, we've been over water, journaling, combinations, which is eating in a way that controls insulin, and portions. Those 4 are the 4 that you need to meet in order to say that you've had a perfect day. Okay? This one is about optimization, all right? So listen to some examples and you'll see why things may vary in this. Now, if you go over the amount of what I say, then that wouldn't constitute a perfect day. Okay, but listen to this. Let's say that you eat breakfast and then mid-morning you have an extra, and then at lunch you eat lunch, and then mid-afternoon you have a snack, and then you eat dinner, and then at night you have freebies. That's really 6 eating episodes, okay? And what does that look like? Y'all tell me what that looks like. If you're eating 6 times a day, what does that look like? And by the way, if you've heard, oh, you should have 5 or 6 small meals a day, that's a myth. You should not. But what does that look? Yes, Lisa, that looks like grazing. That looks like grazing. But I want to tell you that if your meals are, thank you, Patty, if your meals are properly combined, if they are portion controlled, and if you use an approved freebie, an approved extra, or an approved snack, and you actually eat all of those things, that is still a good perfect day. Okay? That is still a good Shibboleth perfect day. But that might be something that you do in the beginning, but maybe you start reeling it in a little bit and cutting out a few of those things. Let's say that you have 3 meals and then a freebie. That would be an even better Shibboleth perfect day. And then let's just say you have 3 meals or 2 meals and a snack. Let's just say that you keep it to 3 eating episodes, whether it's 3 meals or whether it's 2 meals and a snack. That would be one of the best Shibboleth perfect days, okay? So there's good, better, and best in this one. So this one right here is one for optimization. Kathy, when is a good time to drink Carb Master? Is that Carb Master milk? Carb Master milk is a category 1 lean protein. So you can use that as a lean protein and just drink it by itself. You can have that with approved cereals. You can also use it as a category 1, and sometimes we use it with another item. Like there's these little things called grab the gold bars. If you drink it with a high protein, no fat milk, like the Carb Master milk, that would make what we call a perfect pairing. And that would give you enough protein in that meal to keep you satisfied between meals. So hopefully that answered your question. So with the timing part, if you don't hit this just right, but you haven't gone over 3 meals, freebies, an extra, and a snack in a day, then you still met this component, okay? If you go over that, then you would not have a perfect day anymore because you've gone over your portions for the day, basically, okay? All right, so everybody comfortable right now? Y'all comfortable? Because that was it in a nutshell. Those are the 5 things that you do every day. You get your water in, you write your foods down, you eat in a way that controls insulin, you portion control, and you just quit grazing and use appropriate things that are approved. See the thing, when I say appropriate things and I say that are approved, Shibboleth has already done all the work for you. All you got to do is go into, awesome, Lisa. All you got to do is go into the food library and you will see thousands and thousands of foods in there that you can eat. And very specifically, it will tell you how to use them and the portion of it and what to put together with it. So it is all laid out for you. All right. So let's talk about where this right here. This screen is going over component number 3, combinations, eating in a way that controls insulin. See, that's the only one of the 5 things to do every day that has to do with what you're eating. Water is what you're drinking. Journaling is you writing that food down. Portion control is how much you're eating, and the timing one is giving your space between meals. This is the only one that has to do with what you're actually eating. But it's a biggie. I understand that. It's a biggie. So we're going to go over this. This is going to be a nutshell version tonight. Tomorrow night's 1 hour on this topic because it's pretty important. There are 7 categories of foods. Foods, all whole foods and some man-made manufactured foods, they find their way into these categories based on how they respond in your body and their nutritional value. More importantly, how they respond in your body. Do they bring an insulin release? That's important to know. Now, you don't have to know the foods I like. You don't have to know the foods your friends like. All you got to know is the foods that you like and what categories they go into, and build some meals. We are here to teach you to author your own meal plan. But if you need some help in the beginning, in lap 1, there is a document called Travis's Fast Start Meal Ideas. Okay, Lisa, I hope that what I say tonight helps you understand this. Okay, so as we're going through this, I want you to give me a thumbs up if it is helping. All right, so there's 7 categories of food. So I'm going to read the category number, the long name, and the abbreviation, and then I'm going to explain how that chart works. Okay, category 1 is a lean protein, or LP. That's where you're going to find chicken breast, egg whites, and such. Category 2, fibrous carbs, FC, green beans, broccoli, and breads, approved breads. Category 3, energy carbs, or EC, potatoes, corn, carrots. Category 4, protein plus fat, PF, all cuts of steak, whole eggs. Category 5, fruit, FR, also known as antioxidant carb, or AC. The reason I put that there is because when I first started and was looking through some of the documents and stuff, I said, what is AC? Because I saw that on something and I realized that's fruit. So I put it here. That way, if you see anything on there that says AC, you won't have to wonder. You'll have already been told. Antioxidant carb is fruit. Category 6, superfood, SF. This is where most of your darker colored beans are. This is where your nut butters are. Superfoods, if you're taking notes, please write this down. A food qualifies to be a superfood if it has all 4 macronutrients in it: water, protein, fat, carbs. So superfood would have all of that in there. And then category 7, shellfish, or SHF, which is really just a lean protein. So I had somebody tell me one day in class, I have a hard time remembering these numbers. I said, okay, think about this. When you think about a piece of chicken, do you think you could understand it as, oh, that's a lean protein? She went, yeah. I said, well, then forget the numbers. Call them their category name. She goes, oh, okay. So the category number is just there so that we can get a lot of information on the chart. Because if we had to type out the long name every time, it would be harder to get on a chart. So there's 7 categories of food. Everybody good? Y'all give me some thumbs up. I like confirmation that we're understanding. So there's just 7 categories of food. Okay. Category 1 and category 7, that is your bookends. Okay, that's the bookends of the category. Good, Lisa. Both of these categories, thank you, Sheila. Both of these categories, awesome, Tracy, are lean proteins. Yay, Jennifer, thank you. Lean proteins. So when somebody tells you that you need to put a lean protein with that, if you like shellfish and lean proteins, just regular lean proteins, you've got two categories to pull from, okay? Thank you, Hannah. If you don't like shellfish, just ignore it. Ignore it, okay? But if you like both categories, you've got a lot more food options. Awesome, Samantha and Kathy. Thank you. And Dory, good. Awesome. So we got lean protein and we got shellfish. I'm going to say something about shellfish. The shellfish is really just a lean protein. But the reason that it was pulled away from category one, lean protein category, the main one, is because due to medical reasons like allergies and stuff and biblical reasons, then it people don't want to eat it. Some people don't. So it just got pulled off. So those people don't even have to worry about those things. Awesome, Fast Track. I like that name you've got there. So you can use that. Now, all of your fish, if you like fish, all of your fish is in lean protein. It's just up there in the lean protein. All the other critters that live in water, even if they don't have a shell, go in shellfish, like an octopus. It doesn't have a shell, but it would go there. Okay. So hopefully everybody gets that. So there are five. There's five of these that do not even have to be combined. And the reason I explain this part is because what we want to do on Planet Shibboleth is we want to explain to you how to eat in all the different situations that you can find yourself in. You're not going to find yourself in an ideal situation for eating every single day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, just absolutely the ideal situation all the time. And you got to know how to make good decisions, right? So there's five of these seven that you can eat by themselves. So I'm hoping you're going to write these down. Number one, and I'm just going to do numbers because it's easier. Number two, so lean protein and fibrous carbs. Number four, protein plus fat. Number six, superfood. And number seven, shellfish. I was just going to do numbers, but it sounded so odd not to say the name, so I had to keep going with that. So those are the ones that you can eat by themselves. That doesn't mean that you're going to pile up the whole plate with it. You would still, if you're eating a lean protein, you're just still going to put it underneath this hand, okay? But I'm going to give you an example. I go to a lot of luncheons. Sometimes when I go to these luncheons, I look at all the food that's being provided. I'm like, fat bus, fat bus, fat bus. Ooh, they got a piece of chicken. I'll eat it, and then that keeps me having a perfect day when I've wanted to have a perfect day. All right, Annette, there are five categories that don't even have to be combined. Category one, lean protein. Category two, fibrous carb. Category four, protein plus fat. Category six, superfood. And category seven, shellfish. Those are the ones that you can eat all by themselves. So the two that I left out were energy carbs and fruit. The reason that those aren't eaten alone is because those bring an insulin release. And we are eating in a way that control insulin. So we can still eat those. We just have to eat them in the proper way. So let me explain that. If you want to eat an energy carb, it must be eaten with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. So your job this week is to start to figure out the foods that you personally like and what categories they go in so that you can become aware. I like carrots, you say. I want carrots. Well, how do I eat carrots? Because carrots are an energy carb. And you eat carrots like this, about a quarter of a cup. They're going to sit right there underneath your hands. You're going to have about a quarter of a cup of carrots. You know that those carrots are going to elevate your blood sugar. Your pancreas is then going to secrete insulin to deal with the blood sugar elevation. So now you know I got to eat in a way that controls that. I'm just going to keep it real simple tonight. We're going to do a chicken breast and some green beans. So let's do the story. You eat some carrots. Your blood sugar is elevated by eating the carrots. your pancreas secretes insulin to deal with the blood sugar elevation. But you, knowing this information now, have chosen to eat that with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. So the protein in the chicken breast and the fiber in the green beans are going to neutralize the insulin release that came from the carrots, and you are controlling insulin all within the eating of that meal. Okay. Y'all give me some thumbs up if that made sense, because it's really just science. All it is the science of nutrition. So now that we've done that one, awesome, Hannah. Lisa, tell me, did you get that, Lisa? Hey, awesome, Jennifer. Good, Lisa. Cool. Okay. Awesome, Samantha. Thank you. So what we're going to talk about now is we're going to talk about a protein plus fat, because this is very important. Thank you, Annette. Although you can eat a protein plus fat by itself if needed, you don't want to eat protein plus fats with 3 categories, okay? If you're taking notes, this is important. Awesome, Tabitha. We do not eat protein plus fats with the categories that bring an insulin release. Jennifer said, I thought I saw carrots on the freebie list. It's only a freebie, Jennifer, if it is the baby raw carrots and it's about a palmful. You can, I would start with a palmful. If you needed more, you could do more because technically they're a freebie. If they are cooked, Jennifer, they are a category 3 because they have more sugar in them. Cooking the carrots changes their makeup. Cool. Thank you. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to eat fat with things that bring an insulin release. So category 3, energy carbs, category 5, fruit, and category 6, superfoods. Those are the categories that we just don't have with a protein plus fat. All right. So let me do a classic plate. The classic plate of a steak and a baked potato. So steak is protein plus fat. All cuts of steak are a protein plus fat. It's a protein. That's excellent. It's a healthy, natural fat. Not a bad thing. When you eat protein plus fats in a portion controlled way, that's not going to hurt you at all. That fat is, our body needs fats for certain functions. It's going to use it up. It's going to dissipate as heat, be used up as energy and dissipate as heat. But what we don't want to have is we don't want to have the fat in it collected. So classic plate of a steak and a baked potato. We eat the baked potato. The baked potato, which doesn't have any fat in it, it's the catalyst for fat storage, though. The baked potato elevates our blood sugar. Our pancreas secretes insulin to come out to to regulate that blood sugar. But that insulin goes, wait a minute, they ate this with some fat. Woo, woo, woo. I'm going to go and I'm going to collect that fat, and now I'm going to store it. Yay! That's what happens, okay? We don't want that to happen, okay? Now, let me just ask you, how many of you like a steak and a baked potato? Y'all give me some thumbs up if you like steak and baked potato together. There's no guilt about it, Samantha. Yes, yes. I think steak and baked potato, you like it together. I want to assure you, you can still have it. I see you, Tammy. You can still have it. You can still have it up to 6 times a month. See, what we teach you is how to manage this. You just don't need a steak and baked potato every single day. You could do it up to 6 times a month. Who's doing it 6 times a month now? Probably not, hardly any of you. But when you go out, you might want that. Well, just think about it. And if you want it, you can have it up to 6 times a month. Lisa, it's not a combination. It's not. What I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is that it's not approved. But if you want it, you can still have it on a holiday. See, there's nothing that you can't have on Planet Shibboleth. It's just, which day are you going to eat it on? Yes, it's a holiday. Which day are you going to eat it on? You're going to eat that on a perfect day? No, because that would make it a holiday. But you can have that up to 6 times a month on a holiday. That's right. That is not a combination. You are correct, Lisa. But let me continue going through the science of that. So if you want to have a perfect day, let's say that you're going out and you want to have a perfect day and you're like, I don't need steak and baked potato tonight. I want to have a perfect day. You can still eat the steak. The steak is not the problem. It's that the potato does what it does scientifically and stores the fat in the steak. Change that potato to green beans, broccoli, asparagus, a side salad with approved dressing. Change that. See, what you ate then did not elevate your blood sugar. It did not bring an insulin release, and the protein was just used up, and the fat, actually, the protein was broken down into amino acids that we need, and the fat was used up as energy and dissipated as heat. It didn't get collected. But if you eat it with the potato, it's going to get collected. So that's the difference right there. So the potato and the steak and baked potato, not an approved combination for a perfect day. Anything's an approved combination for a holiday, but if you want to make it perfect, fibrous carb and steak, okay? So that's what that is. Let's have a look at fruit, because remember, fruit, you've got to combine that properly. Now remember, in the beginning, when I said there's two modes, right? And one of the differences between weight loss and maintenance was how you eat fruit. When you are in weight loss mode, fruit must be combined properly. So let's say that you want to have some berries. Maybe you make yourself an egg white spinach omelet. Berries actually are one of the best fruits you can have. They're very low glycemic. But anyway, fruit in general elevates your blood sugar. Your pancreas secretes insulin to deal with the blood sugar elevation. And if you have it with an egg white spinach omelet, the protein in the egg whites and the fiber in the spinach are going to help neutralize the insulin release that came from the fruit. That's what you do. When you get to maintenance, if you're eating fruit with a meal, you should still combine it properly. But if you also wanted a piece of fruit as a snack, then you can also do that too. But that's when you get to maintenance. See, weight loss mode and maintenance mode are two different types of situations because we are trying to control insulin very tightly in weight loss mode in order to get the results that we want. In maintenance, we've already gotten the results. We're maintaining that, in a little bit of extra insulin from a piece of fruit that is good for you is not going to hurt you then. But in weight loss, we got to combine it properly. All right. So if you want to eat category 3 or category 5s, they must be eaten with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. And then we just don't eat category 4s with energy carbs, fruit, or superfoods. All right. Now let's look over here at this combination chart. This combination chart is blue, yellow, and red. Blue, this is fast weight loss. Yellow, this is even faster weight loss. Red, you are blowtorching fat like you'd blowtorch butter when you stay in this red category or column. So let's have a look at this. Do you see this very first row here in the blue column? When this says 1 LP, that is not quantity. This is category 1 lean protein. The plus sign just means eaten with a category 6 superfood with a category 2 fibrous carb. So that would make a meal. And so what that might look like is chicken breast, black beans, broccoli, or collards or something. Okay, that's what that might look like. All right, so that doesn't mean quantity. This is the category number and the abbreviation for the category name. So you come over here in the yellow column. Do you see where it says MR right there? That's meal replacements. So those aren't things that you have to combine. So what I love about Shibboleth is you can do this super simple, or if you really like to cook, you can cook a whole bunch. Most people do a little bit of both. Most people will have meal replacements for quick and easy, and then they'll learn how to figure out their sandwiches and their recipes and their meals too. But that's what that MR stands for, meal replacement. And then when you come over here in this category, see this MCT? This MCT is really what's making this category be the fastest fat burning combination. And these things don't have any fat in them really either. So that's why this is blowtorch and fat like you blowtorch butter. Now, this is a very basic combination chart. In lap 6 of Fast Track, there's going to be one that's a little bit more advanced and we'll give you some more options, okay? But in the beginning, if you just want my advice, I would stick with category 1 and 2 with MCT. And you'll have some great results. That's super simple. It's always quick and easy just to go back. If you're here for a refresh, just go back to the basics. Category 1 and 2 and MCT. And then a couple of meal replacements, and make sure you don't cross the line and on the foods that you can eat in a day, and you'll get it. You'll get it. Okay. And now remember, tomorrow night is 1 full hour on that subject. The most important rules of food combining: lean protein with a category 2 and MCT are the fastest fat burning combinations. If you want to eat a 3, which is an energy carb, or a 5, which is fruit, you must eat it with a lean protein, which is from either one of these categories, and a fibrous carb. And we just don't eat 4s with anything that brings an insulin release, which are your 3s, your fruit, your energy carbs, 5 your fruit, and 6 your superfoods. And then this is one of the most important things to learn about ordering at a restaurant. All meat at a restaurant should be considered a category 4, protein plus fat. Even if when at home you cooked it, it would be a lean protein. The deal is, at a restaurant, you don't know what oil they cooked it in. So they may have taken a lean protein. They may have taken some chicken breast and then they cooked it in an oil that was an unapproved oil. So basically they cooked the fat into it. So it turned it into a protein plus fat. So what that means to you, the application behind that is, anytime you're eating meat at a restaurant, you're not going to order it with energy, carbs, fruit, or superfoods to keep you safe. And we're going to go over MCT next. Next slide. Oops, I sped up. So approved cooking oils, 100% MCT. MCT stands for medium chain triglyceride. Now, this is the oil that we want you to use. You may have been using olive oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, any other oil. Those are LCTs, long chain triglycerides. So let's think about this. Let's think about a candle wick that has been lit. A longer candle wick is going to take longer to burn down. A shorter candle wick is going to burn down faster. Long chain triglycerides are also very dense and they take a long time to break through. Medium chain triglycerides burn up like that. Okay, so think about this. Medium chain triglyceride has almost no propensity to be stored on your body as fat because it burns up so quickly. Long chain triglycerides have a great propensity to be stored on your body as fat because they don't burn up quickly at all, and they often get stored. So we're going to switch our oils over to 100% MCT oil. All right, let's see. I can't find a good 100% MCT brand apart from Zero Drag. Now, NOW, Hannah, Now Nutrition. You could go into our food library and find the Now Nutrition MCT oil, and you can click on, find it on Amazon. And if you buy anything from our website on Amazon, it gives Shibboleth's ministry a little kickback. So we always appreciate that. But Now Nutrition can also be found at some local spots too. But Now is the best one after the Zero Drag. The next cooking oil that you could use is coconut oil. Coconut oil is 66% MCTs. It's not 100. So when you are looking around, let me just tell you the quickest and easiest way to save yourself some major headache, time, energy, effort, driving from store to store, finding the MCT oil in the store, and then looking at the ingredients. You go to Shibboleth store online and you go to the Zero Drag and you buy it. If you order $30 or more, it ships to you for free, and it'll be at your house in a couple of days, and you'll have your hands on the most highly recommended MCT oil that we do. And then we have the now nutrition that Hannah was asking about. So coconut oil is 66%. It's not 100. So when you're looking at MCTs and it says on the ingredients, that's the most important thing to look at. When it says medium chain triglycerides from coconut oil, that doesn't mean that it's 100%. But if on the front of that jar they said 100%, they are just, it's a myth. They're using an advertising thing because they let you get away with a lot of stuff in advertising. Don't believe anything on the front of the bottle. Look at the ingredients list. It needs to say medium chain triglycerides or preferably 100% medium chain triglycerides, that type of thing. But and sometimes they give you like a breakdown of what it all is. And if as long as it's approved in our website, then it would work. Ghee butter, Ghee butter. This is butter that's had all the milk solids pulled out of it. That's basically anything that it's all that's left is it's clarified. So all that's left is the fat, which is a natural, good, healthy fat. Now it's about 40 to 45% MCTs. Now, I like to use ghee butter appropriately. If I am wanting to have something with a butter flavor, then I use ghee butter. But otherwise, I just use MCT oil. And you can also use 0-calorie cooking spray. No, you don't, Hannah. Hannah said, do we need to exercise after using MCT oil for it to burn fat? No, you do not. So MCT oil, it has a metabolism building effect and it has a muscle preserving effect. You're welcome. So MCT oil is great because everything that we do in Shibboleth is to protect our muscles. Our muscles are really, really important. We want to do everything we can to protect our muscles. And it burns so quickly that it has a metabolism building effect, and that heating up is what helps burn a few extra calories. But you don't have to exercise to activate it, which is good, thankfully. So this is how I make my decisions. If I am cooking a lean protein, I use MCT oil. If I am cooking a protein plus fat, I don't need to add more fats to it. I use 0-calorie cooking spray. So if I'm making myself an egg white omelet, I use MCT oil. If I'm making myself a whole egg omelet, I use 0-calorie cooking spray. So that's how I make those decisions. And the ghee butter, sometimes there's this little baked chicken dish I like to make. I'll use some butter for that. That's just what goes in that recipe. So that's how I make those decisions. But what we want to do in Shibboleth is we want to make sure that we are not giving our body easily accessible sources of energy. And because medium chain triglycerides burn up so fast, they are not considered an easily accessible source of energy. They burn up, okay? But if we're giving ourselves olive oil, canola oil, and vegetable oil, those are easily accessible sources of energy because they're hanging around waiting to be burned up. And then they're just not getting burned up on a day, and then they get stored. All right, so let's recap some of this because really it's a management system. We are striving for perfect days, but planned or unplanned, a holiday is coming. So when you journal in your website, your very first day, you're going to see a green check in your timing chart. Your very next day when you journal, you're going to see another green check in your timing chart. That's your first 2 perfect days. On your third perfect day, you are in EFB, baby, and you see a flame, okay? A flame. That means that your body is having to access stored energy for the energy that it needs. And when it's accessing that energy, it's burning it off your body. And that's how this works. You want to string as many efficient fat burning days together as you can. And realize you're eating good on these days, okay? It's not like this is you're eating well, okay? So you're eating good, you're enjoying what you're doing, you're stringing those efficient fat burning days together, and then planned or unplanned, a holiday is coming. You then get back to business again. You have a perfect day. You're going to see a green check in your, for your holiday, you're going to see a little smiley face guy. And then, because see, we don't talk of it as a cheat day and we don't see it as a bad thing. All right. Because food, we shouldn't put cheating. Cheating is a negative connotation. Let's not think of these as cheat days. Holidays are fun. We should be able to enjoy those. Okay. So then you're going to have two perfect days again. And on that third day, you're back into EFB. You string as many efficient fat burning days together as you can again. And then planned or unplanned, a holiday is coming. And then you get back to your efficient fat burning days. So do you see how that works? I mean, it's a cycle, it's a balance. It's awesome. Okay. So awesome. After a holiday, it takes two perfect days to get back into efficient fat burning. When we are in EFB, our body is going to burn fat, stored energy, for the energy that we need rather than easily accessible sources of energy such as unapproved oils and starchy or sugary carbs. Let's recap what the fat bus is. The fat bus is insulin. Now, insulin is a growth hormone. It is a fat storage hormone. You know, we have a lot of hormones in our body, and there are other growth hormones in our body. But those other growth hormones maybe are there for cellular recovery and things like that. But this one is a fat storage hormone. So this is the one that we need to pay attention to. After an insulin release, fat storage will occur for up to 48 hours, meaning you're out of EFB. That's why it takes 2 days to get back into EFB. Let's see, Annette. So is it better to have two holidays together than 6 separate holidays in a month? Well, if you're having them together, it's totally fine. I mean, it's totally fine to have two in a row. I mean, you want to. I'm going to come back to that question in just a second, Annette. Okay. Insulin also increases appetite. So, have you ever eaten a bowl of ice cream and then you wanted potato chips and then you wanted a cookie and then you wanted a pickle and you're like, what in the world is happening? That is because insulin will send your appetite off the charts. We just don't know that that's doing that. So, we got to keep that insulin at bay. And then after the fat bus, which is insulin, has been on its rounds, it takes two perfect days to get back into EFB. What am I going to eat this week? So in lap 1, you have a new member food library. You have a small, short little grocery list. You have some Travis's fast start meal ideas. But this girl right here, who used to be an elementary school teacher and principal, really just wants you to make a list of about 7 lean proteins that you like, 7 fibrous carbs that you like, and you are just going to say, I'm going to eat something from this category with something from this category, and make yourself some very simple 1 and 2 meals. If you have MCT, use it. If you don't, you could use coconut oil, you could use ghee butter, you can use 0-calorie cooking spray, but the MCT is what's going to make a meal the fastest fat burning meal. Throw in a few meal replacements for simplicity. If you're eating Pop-Tarts now, you might want to get a Pop-Tart that's not going to hurt you, one that's going to help you, not hurt you, and keep it super, super simple in the beginning. And then guess what? As you continue to live this lifestyle, you are going to branch out and you're going to look at the recipe library and the restaurant guide, and you'll know how to do even more things because we're going to do that in the fast track laps this week too. Last but not least, Shibboleth is a ministry. Somebody asked me one day, so what do they support? What do they support? I said, the members. I said, we support the members. It's run as a ministry because we're not charging thousands of dollars. We charge a nominal fee to be able to pay employees and keep the website going and keep the food library up to date and all of those things. We charge a nominal fee. But the value that you get is going to be mind-blowing. So you're going to want to join the Facebook groups. In lap 1, I have linked all of the ones that you need to be in there. You just kind of go through and join them. You're going to want to familiarize yourself with our awesome website. I help you do that in each of the laps of Fast Track. You're going to want to make a getting started mentor appointment. That's also one of the tasks in Fast Track. I would highly encourage that you make your mentor appointment for next week. The reason I say that is because I want you and the mentor to have an intelligent conversation. if you have taken the time to do Fast Track this week, when you talk with them next week and just confirm your knowledge and let them help you come up with some other meal ideas and things like that, y'all are going to be talking the same language. If she's having to spend 30 minutes to teach you the entire lifestyle, it really wasn't the best use of either one of your time, especially when this is laid out so nicely for you in Fast Track. But then you talk to them, okay? And just to let you know, those appointments are available for you anytime. Anytime you need them, as often as you need them. I just want you to focus on Fast Track first. Welcome to the Shibboleth family. We are here for you. Now, don't forget to register for tomorrow night's webinar. So I'm going to answer Annette's question, and then I'm going to go back to the top and figure out that other thing I wanted to look up. I want to show something. So this is a little chart. I don't normally use this on Sunday nights, but Annette asked a good question, and I want to answer her question. So we're looking at this. This is a 1 week thing. This is another week, and this is another week. These are examples of weeks. Don't look at this as a month, okay? So Annette, if somebody has a perfect day and a perfect day and a holiday, a perfect day, a perfect day and a holiday, and then a perfect day, they're never in EFB, right? Never in EFB. That would not be very good for weight loss. So this person had a perfect day, then they had 3 efficient fat burning days, and then they had 2 holidays together, which is totally fine. And that really is more maintenance. This is more of a maintenance strategy. But you can have 2 in weight loss. It's fine. It's fine. As long as you don't go more than 6 in a month. But you do want to give your time to get into EFB. This person never got into EFB. And then this one down here, perfect day, and then there's a string of efficient fat burning days. That's kind of best for weight loss. And if you kind of look at a month on a calendar, you'll be able to do that. And then maybe the next week you have 2 holidays together, and then you get back into efficient fat burning. So it's totally okay to have 2 holidays together. See how this person was spreading those holidays out, but they never got into EFB. That's not a good idea. So you got to have some EFB days. So I hope that helped. Hope that helped, Annette. And then let's go back up and see this question. Those of you that are with me, thank you for being here. If you need to hop off, I totally understand. But I know that people, I love to see me answer other people's questions. So I'm just going to answer the question up here about okay. Can you drink Essentials Light Start Carnations drink for a meal? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the website. I'm going into the food library. And I am going to search carnation. So carnation, breakfast essentials, light start. There you go. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's not the best for weight loss. Actually, we only even consider it a snack. I wouldn't do this, Laura. So we consider this a snack. You can have 1 packet mixed with Kroger Cardmaster or fat-free milk as a snack. This isn't even a meal. And it's a +1 on the weight loss meter. You can find some better options, Laura. So let me talk about the weight loss meter real quick. That's in one of the laps of Fast Track, but since we're here, see right here, this weight loss meter? The weight loss meter is a secondary way for us to look at foods and see which ones are the best for weight loss. It goes from -3 to +3. Negative numbers are better for weight loss. 0 right in the center, not going to help you, not going to hurt you. See how when I went, what's the best for weight loss, my negative numbers, the carnation stuff was eliminated from that. So I don't know if you're still here, but I would not do that in weight loss myself. And it's only for a snack. So I hope that helps. Awesome. Okay. Y'all make sure that you register for tomorrow night's webinar. It's called Simple Food Combining. It's all about us starting to hear the foods that fall in the different categories and what you can kind of put together. And if you like the Shibboleth public page on, okay, awesome. You're welcome, Laura. So it's there. It's just not the best for weight loss. But don't throw it away. Just, you can still use it. You still use it. Just know how to use it appropriately, and I wouldn't count on it daily. You're welcome, Lisa. You're welcome. Lisa, I hope you feel a little bit more comfortable. Do you feel more comfortable, Lisa? One of the best things y'all can do is watch that Shibboleth Silver Level group on Facebook, because you will see all kinds of meals and meal ideas, and you want to start keeping together all the meals that you like, a running list, because when you get tired of some meals, you want to be able to go back. Okay, good. Awesome, Lisa. Awesome. And y'all, if you don't understand, ask and ask and ask and ask, okay? Be relentless and come back to this as often as you need to. It's important. Yay, Samantha. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. Awesome. Welcome. If you've liked the Shibboleth public page on Facebook, I go live there around 7:30 Eastern time most days, doing something called the Shibby Show. And it's just a daily devotion and morning motivation. I would love for you to join me in the morning. If you do join me in the morning, please say hello and that you are on here tonight. All right, y'all have a great night. Let's see. What is the Facebook www site? Which one? Which one? The Facebook groups, Laura, or the public page? You're welcome, Tabitha. Let's see. I blew it last week with teacher appreciation. Tracy, you tell those people they are not appreciating you. You tell them that. Okay? Thank you, Samantha. Happy Mother's Day to you too. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Yeah, Tracy, you tell them that's not appreciation. I need a gift card to Kohl's or the grocery store. I need a gift card to Kroger or Publix or wherever. Okay, the group. So Laura, I'm going to show you where I want you to go. I can tell you, but I want to show you this. I want y'all to go to the dashboard. See, I clicked on dashboard in my account. If you're brand new, yours already pops up to fast track. I'm not new, so mine didn't pop up. In lap 1, which is what I want y'all to work through. Y'all can go right now and work through this lap 1. Right here, it tells you to join the new member fast track group. So there's where you join that group. This is liking the Shibboleth public page. This is joining the silver level group that I was talking about. This is joining the Fixed It group, which is where, let's say that you look up an item in the food library and you can't find it. You can take a picture of an item that you're curious about, the front of the item and the back of the item, and you post those 2 pictures in the Shibboleth Fixed It group. And then our food guru, Kim, not me, Kim Shibboleth, will have a look at that. And if it's not approved, she'll explain why, and you'll learn why. If it is something that is approved and that we don't have in the food library, she can add it for everybody to use in the future. But that's where you want to go, Laura, to join all of those. Can you go there, or do you want me to specifically list the links here? It'd be easier just to go here, because then you'll capture them all. There's a link to that page right there. Capture that link real quick. All righty. I hope you got that link. But Laura, that's where you go. That's where you go. Okay. I will see y'all hopefully in the morning, and y'all have a great night, and bye.